What is happening, Rebels and Imperials? My name's Combat Muffin, and today we're doing something a little bit different. I'm kind of telling you, making you aware of something that has really come up in the Battlefront community that a few people have caught on to, but not everyone yet, because I don't think some people really checked into it, and it has to do with one of the weapons. Now, that July update that did drop a little while ago, it did bring some new content like that skirmish game mode, and it did tease us about the Death Star DLC, but what you may have not realized is that they definitely did, under the table, some nuffs and burfs. Oh my god, I just said nuffs and burfs. I meant nerfs and buffs. You guys knew what I was talking about. But some nerfs and buffs nonetheless, and it is about many things. They did many nerfs and buffs to a multitude of things, but I'm going to be talking about one in particular, and that is the DT-12 blaster pistol. Some of you may know it as Greedo's gun. Some of you may know it as that blaster pistol that looks like you could fit it in the palm of your hand. It is very small, but it does pack a punch, and we'll get into that very shortly. Now, let's go through that history for the DT-12. So it came in the Outer Rim DLC, came as a HUT contract. Many people did that HUT contract, and I'm sure a multitude of people tried it out to see how it felt. And a lot of people thought it was really underwhelming. Right when it came out, I'm sure a lot of people made the direct comparison to that of the DL-44. High damage, low rate of fire, low range blaster pistol. Now that right there, that is what really killed the DT-12 and what has resulted in very few people using it. They saw the DL-44 and they saw, has more damage, has more rate of fire, has more range, does have less cooling power, but frankly, I don't really give a shit about cooling power. And that's where the DT-12 went wrong. Nobody saw its stats as better than a different weapon, and they all chose the DL-44, if even the DL-44 over that of the DT-12, and no one used the DT-12 until now. Yes, the July update rolled around and they gave a sweet, tasty buff to that DT-12. They buffed its rate of fire. So now it is a very capable weapon, and I have been using it, and I actually really enjoy using it. It feels very good, it feels like it's not falling behind, and it can win a multitude of gunfights in many situations. So now, because of that July patch that rolled around, the damage to rate of fire ratio of the DT-12 is very, very, very good. There's three main things that I actually really like about the DT-12. The first is that it really feels like the weapon really wants to get headshots. It just feels right when you get that headshot. It wants to hit your opponent in the head. It just has this weird thing, for me at least, that I get headshots with it. And headshots are actually something in Battlefront that are relatively difficult to control. Headshots are something where the recoil will make it bounce above your head, and that time to kill will become slower. But with the DT-12, it actually feels really good, and it's pretty easy to get headshots, at least that works for me. And now the next point that has to do with my last point is its time to kill. Now, I believe you can kill an opponent, and it's a body shot and a headshot. That will kill your opponent, giving it one of the fastest time to kills in the game. And because, at least for me, it's relatively easy to get those headshots, this can happen many times. It's very good, especially in close quarters, where you can pump into the body and then the head, or the head then the body, and you can secure that kill very fast when someone who's using a different weapon is still falling behind. Now, one of the hidden stats in Battlefront that is really not shown is recoil. A perfect example of this, not really having to do with the DT-12, but is the difference between the DLT-19 and the RC-17C. I will get into this later in a future video, but basically the reason why there are more DLT-19s out there than RC-17s is because of the recoil. The RC-17 has better stats across the board than the DLT-19, and yet more people use the DLT-19 because of that recoil. Now, bringing this back to the DT-12, the DT-12 is a weapon of very low recoil, and actually combining this with that cooling power, this weapon can actually work at longer ranges than other blaster pistols. Now, that's kind of weird considering how low the range is for this weapon, but especially in this gameplay that you're seeing right now, it's doing very well at long ranges, and I've actually found that I'm actually comfortable at engaging opponents at longer ranges, even if they have something like an E11 or an A280C. I still feel comfortable, especially with this low range weapon. Basically, all in all, I've been having a lot of fun with this weapon, and I just wanted to bring this to your attention because not a lot of people have noticed that it has been coming back into the Battlefront community, and a lot of people have been using it. I've been having a lot of fun with it. It feels like a really precise weapon that can do its job very well on the battlefield. I just wanted to let you guys know. Alright, that just about does it for me and this video. Put your thoughts in the comments below about the DT-12, whether you used it before the patch, if you're using it currently, or even after this video you're thinking about using it. Put those thoughts in the comments below. My name's been Combat Muffin. Like and subscribe for plenty more Battlefront content. You can go on the channel right now and check out our star card reviews, star card comparisons, and much more like that. My name's been Combat Muffin, and I'll see you guys on the other side.